Hey everyone, I'm Mahan and in this video we're going to bring this sword to life in 3D. I chose this sword to model because it has a really cool design. Itself feels like a character, not just a weapon. The handle has a living eye as if a magical force is trapped inside it, giving it this mysterious, otherworldly energy. Of course, it's not a real creature. This sword comes from the Pumpkin Hunters universe. In this concept, we have snake-like eye and why this form was chosen. In real life, vertical pupils allow creatures to judge distance more accurately and maintain sharp vision even in bright light. This is common in ambush predators. For hybrid or humanoid designs, vertical pupils quickly communicate danger, intensity, and something uncanny or non-human. And at the most important, makes the eye visually stronger. This concept was designed by the artist Gezer, if I pronounce it correctly. You can find more of Gezer's work on Instagram, and there is also a musical art channel on YouTube where the concepts are presented alongside cool music. I leave all the links in the description below. Alright, let's start building this sword in Maya. I keep the concept image open here in PRF on the side so we can constantly refer to it. But to make modeling easier and keep everything closer to the original concept, we're going to import the image directly into the viewport. So in the front view, go to the view menu, scroll down to image plane and choose import image. By default, Maya usually points to the project source image folder. From here, just select the image and import it into this view. Move the image plane slightly backward. In the perspective view, it's easier to see and adjust it from there. In the front view, position it so the eyeball sits roughly in the center. Next, add a simple sphere. In the right side of the Maya channel box, go to the shape section and lower the alpha gain to about half. This reduces the image intensity and contrast, so work on the geometry is easier now. Next, switch to wireframe mode. Use the R key to scale the sphere up slightly until it touches the eyeball area. Then go to face mode, select all of the faces on the lower part and delete them. Ctrl D, duplicate our hemisphere and make it live. The first one becomes our base shape and the second one is what we're going to build on. When we enable live, the hemisphere behaves like a magnetic surface. So now if you go to the modeling toolkit and use Quadra, it turns to blue. The faces and vertices we have or create on the duplicate object snap onto the surface of the first hemisphere. They stick to it and don't separate from the live surface. Its pupil starts roughly from here, actually a little lower. So by Ctrl Shift, delete these two faces. The pupil is vertical oval that close from the sides toward the center, which eventually forming a thin vertical slit. Right now, the way our faces are placed next to each other forms a rectangular. You can see that up here, after deleting those two faces, we've ended up with a break, and the shape has become rectangular. What we need to do is simply connect these faces together. They should be positioned so it feels like two face strips coming together, similar to how this sphere shape works, where the top and bottom connect at a single point. This way, the opening and closing of the eye will deform correctly. Let's switch to the perspective view and draw the faces like this. Two faces around the area. You just need to click to create a vertex. Then while holding shift, clicking on these divided areas will generate a face for you. You can keep adding faces this way. The way these faces are laid out here is important. They need to follow this specific flow. Now let's go to the front view and based on the concept, adjust the placement of these edges. Alright, now we'll turn off live mode on the first hemisphere. Press Edge and hide it for now. Switch to vertex mode, select all vertices, set the y-axis to 0, then freeze transformations and delete history. Now press Ctrl D to duplicate it. In the channel blocks, add a minus sign to scale while to mirror it. Select both half sphere, go to the mesh menu and combine them. Again, freeze transformation and delete history. And finally, center pivot. Now they're combined, but the vertices are not connected yet. Select all vertices in the middle, go to the Edit Mesh and click the square next to Merge to open the options. Apply Merge Vertices, then let's check it. Press 3 to see the smooth preview or select a vertex and move it. If they're connected, you'll notice right away. Okay, press 1 to go back to the default view. Now let's slightly adjust these vertices. Select all the center vertices and the surrounding edge loop. We're aiming for an eye-like shape, something snake or creature-like. Switch to the top viewport, press W and move them inward. Align the vertices and move them. Press R, and when you move the X handle, the vertices all align in a straight line. Now from the top view, push them inward. It should end up with this kind of shape. Make sure it doesn't go too far inside. Let's make it a bit smaller and more compact. Now add an edge loop here. here maybe a few more. Select the center faces, press Ctrl E and extrude them inward. Hit R again and scale it down slightly. Now add a new sphere and scale it down a lot. I want this to act as a central core. Add another sphere, scale it up, not too much, just slightly bigger than the eye. This one is for eyeglass. Let's rename everything as well. The small one center, and the last one eyeball. Alright, that covers the eye part. In the next section, we'll continue modeling the handle and the rest of them.